I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet mignon for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
How's everybody doing on this Monday? We made it through Holy Week, you know, Easter weekend, and hope everybody had a great time. Hope everybody made it home safe to their families. You know, unfortunately, in the Black community and the thing that we worship in Black culture, that's not always so. So, of course, you know, they had a lot of tragedies, fatalities this weekend. But, again, that has become synonymous with Black culture, Black get-togethers, and anything of that matter, which is why I stay far away. There's somebody that hit me up Friday like, man, no, no, absolutely not. And one of the situations that I was supposed to be invited to, of course, the foolishness went on. But again, one thing about me, I know I'm covered with the blood, you heard me, but at the end of the day, some things does not work my presence. I'm work too much to be at certain places, you know what I mean? Like, why would I be at a place where it can potentially be? Because the culture, the music, the vibe, the spirit is all there. So potentially something could take place. Why would I be there? For what? Ooh, they got girls over there. Girls that got about 2 or 3 baby daddies, and I'm going to have to deal with dad. I don't want to be around no dude because they not talking about nothing I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about LeBron. I'll talk about that for 5 minutes. I don't want to talk about them hoes. I want to talk about things that are going to help me, my community, especially this being Holy Week, things we can speak about spiritually, helping each other, one another, the community, our children, our youth. But the thing that the average Black man talk about, I don't want to talk about. So go there for what? I don't even eat crawfish. I don't eat shellfish. What else I seen? They might have had they barbecue. I love barbecue, but somebody blessed me with a few plates, so I still ended up getting to give me some. I still ended up getting to eat some barbecue. And the thing that I like is just not that. That's what I used to like when I was 14, 15, 16. Loud music, weed, everybody drunk, and girls twerk. I used to like that back then. Now I like things where I know for sure it's not going to be no nonsense. It's going to be a good time. Like I was telling you guys a couple of weeks ago, I went to Swan Lake a couple of weeks ago. Swan Lake is amazing. It's kind of like, I really like the orchestra, but I also like the visuals of the professional ballet people, because it's men and women. I don't know if you call a man a ballerina, but it's just a good visual. The music, I just love that setting. I like museums. I love theme parks. I love beaches, jet skiing. One of my boys in Florida got a little yacht. I like things like that where it's gonna be cool, calm, eating, and the people that may be smoking or may be drinking, they can control themselves. And there's not gonna be no fight or none of that. I like things more organized and more laid back and chill. I'm not with none of that no more. The loud, I'm just not with none of that no more. Call me old head, what it is. But for the ones of you that participated in the black festivities and all of the things that they do, hopefully you made it home safe. Hopefully you and your loved ones made it home safe, and hopefully you had a good time, enjoyed yourself, and understood the main reason for the celebration of this week was that Christ died for us, and was risen and rose on the third day. And he bared all of this. We is hard. We can be perfect by living in a life of repentance. And the reason why I say we can be perfect because it's in the Bible in Matthew 5:48. I want to say Matthew 5:48, which is part of the Sermon on the Mount. Jesus tells us, be perfect as your Father in heaven. And being perfect is just living in a life of repentance. Repenting every day. We know in Lamentations, it tells us that every day his mercies are new. So, that's just living in a life of repentance. And you can live perfect that way, because none of us can live perfect. Because even if we're not physically sinning, some thoughts that come in our mind is not pleasing to God. So that's why that's why we have to maintain a lifestyle of repentance, and just asking God to clear us of anything that's not pleasing to Him. Psalms 51, creating us a clean heart, and things of that nature, man. But I digress. um, as you guys know, my schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I hold live stream talking about a myriad of subjects, entertainment, uh, sports, religion, politics, social justice issues. And on Tuesday and Thursday, I do my master class, my BodyCam master class that I titled Black People, This Is Why You Real Life Body Cam Situation. I break them down, tell you guys what they did wrong, what they did right, and what you should do if you're in that position. Last weekend, you guys follow my channel. I was away. I think I did a video that I'm following up on this video. I did a video about the Pooh Sheisty situation, which is just a complete mess. And I'm about to cap that off with this, and I'm not gonna really say nothing else about it. That's why I'm gonna make sure I cover everything. So I hope you have your popcorn. I know it's midday. I usually do it around 5, so maybe some of you guys are still at work. Y'all can catch some of it, maybe y'all can catch when y'all get off. And whoever can catch it now, cool. But again, it will be posted in the live section, so you will be able to have access to it. Because I'm gonna say some very important things in this video. I got some very important clips, very, very important clips that I'm gonna play. And but yeah, so let me get into why I was away last week. So I'm starting this new workout regimen, and very strenuous, to say the least. And I'm gonna just be honest with you guys. Um, I work out Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I mean Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which is the same as the live stream. And last week, I had kind of like been started like within last month, but I kind of went all the way hard last week, and man, whew, it got it out of me. And I would take some muscle relaxers to, kind of like, because I was, how it is when you start back working out, you going really hard in that beginning stage, you have a lot of muscle aches and pains. And I end up getting some muscle relaxers, and they make you drowsy. So between the workout and my everyday Bible study that I must do, is no, nothing come before that. I just wasn't able to come see you guys, and I apologize for that. And I may have to reschedule this schedule for right now. While I'm working out, I'm not gonna say that though, because I may be able to do it. Like I'm doing it today. I got something planned for Wednesday. But I may be able to. I may have to reschedule things and maybe kind of like do one big show on Friday, like I used to do a couple years ago, called Freestyle Friday, where I take everything that happened in that week and unpack it on that Friday episode. I don't know yet, but we're gonna stick with this schedule for now. But I don't know how long it's gonna last, because again, this workout is getting it out of me, and I gotta get that back into my system. Um, and yeah, so that's why I was away last week. But so let's get into today's episode. So Thursday I did an episode, a little short episode. I think it was about a little under an hour. About the Pooh Sheisty and Gucci Man situation. Now, for you guys who are involved, and for you guys who are, keep up with things like that, this is just completely, um, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was raised in the hood. I'm still connected to the hood by a lot of people that I know. Um, so you hear stories, you hear wild stories, you hear stories that sometimes hard to believe. But this story with Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty has to be one of the. I'm talking about, as I'm speaking about it, I can't even believe that I'm actually having to verbalize and speak, add my commentary to a situation like this. I can't believe that it happened. You have a multi-millionaire mogul who was robbed, held at gunpoint to sign a contract by extremely popular, wealthy rapper that he signed. I mean, it's almost like something you hear in a movie where the rap. This I'm sure some movie this is happening before, where you get the CEO of a record company and you hold him at gunpoint and you make him let you out of a contract. And I'm talking about this. This is just, like I said, this is unbelievable. So I titled that, and I thought about it, and I said I got a new series that I'm about to start. And I started, and that was episode 1. This is gonna be episode 1, part 2, because it's still connected with the Gucci Man situation. The name of that series is Black People, I Have a Question. Black people, I'm gonna say it again, because I don't know if some of y'all, Black people, I have a question. Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to have this conversation? Are y'all ready to course correct? Are y'all ready to admit that the culture is trash? We need to just get it. Ain't no trying to fix it. Just completely discard it and recreate, destroy, and rebuild. And make sure God is the foundation. Are we ready yet? Because see, Black people have got to a point now where they so prideful where nobody can say nothing to them. No race can say nothing to them outside of being Black, because they'll be labeled as racist, and they know what comes with that. And Black people can't say nothing about it because you cooning, you'll be ousted, people will stop dealing with you, and all these nonsense. Who cares? This has to be talked about. This has to be spoke about. This have got out of hand. Where you have a multi-millionaire, popular rapper, Billboard rapper, robbing his CEO, the dude who gave him an opportunity. And even it doesn't matter about all that. Just the fact that he himself performed this act is, I'm talking about, mind blowing. Are we ready to have that conversation? Proverbs 21:1 says, let me read it for you. I don't want to misquote scripture. I want to make sure I read it and read it correctly for you guys so we can be on one accord. I know what it says, I know what scripture it is, but I want to read, I don't want to paraphrase scripture. I want to read it right in y'all face. Oh, I went to Psalm 29. I mean, Proverbs. Whoever stubbornly refuses to accept criticism will suddenly be destroyed beyond recovery. That's Proverbs 29:1. Read it for you again. Whoever stubbornly refuses to accept criticism, you hear me, black people, will suddenly be destroyed beyond recovery. We almost at that point. And this is why I tell black people, man, listen, man, y'all don't got the business. Y'all don't even have the right at this point to be talking or worrying about white people. Donald Trump. All of these so-called black pastors, black leaders should be laser focused on trying to destroy and rebuild this current thing we call black culture. Are y'all ready? And that's the question I have for you guys. Before we get off, I want to, because I said that, I want to follow that up with a guy in this video, OG from Houston. They call him Smack Water. And like I said, I have a question. He have a question too. So we're going to get into his question and we're going to follow through with that. Without further ado, let's get into it.
You know, as a black man, and at this point, I really just gotta ask, what the fuck is wrong with us? Are we incapable of getting it, of getting right, my nigga? Like, you got all of these successful black men that can potentially change the lives of themselves, families, communities, all of black society. But yet, we continuously prefer to jump out here on some dumb, stupid, monkey nigga shit. As black men, as days go by, day by day, I see more and more of us acting like women and acting feminine and acting like bitches. Men are supposed to move off of strategy, off of logic, off of reason, off of thinking. Niggas seem more and more emotional as the fucking days go by. Men understand, real men understand what conflict resolution is. Shit can be solved with words. Shit does not have to go all the way left for motherfuckers to have an understanding with each other, my nigga. Niggas do not have to destroy their own fucking empire, their own fucking legacy. That's what niggas is doing. Niggas is tearing down what they damn near gave up their lives to build, and you giving away your life to tear the shit down, my nigga. The purpose is to get up in here, build it, and make it solid, and give back and help others build, and continue this cycle until we build our way up out of this bullshit that we in, my nigga. I see why the women can't depend on us as men and look at us as leaders, my nigga, because we keep taking our own motherfucking selves out of the game. We keep taking ourselves off of the chessboard. As black men, we should understand that we can't depend on nobody but our motherfucking selves to get us up out of this motherfucking hellhole. But we keep digging ourselves deeper and deeper into this motherfucker. Who remember when I said this?
The white man set the system up
and implemented the system. We perpetuated. If I see it's a fucking trap right there, oh, it's a trap. Say, my nigga, this a trap. It's a trap. And I still walk, you stupid bitch ass nigga. You still walk and go step in it, and then you want to say, oh, the white man laid a trap. Bitch ass nigga, you saw it was a trap. Hoe ass nigga, you told me it was a trap. But yet you still fell for it. So yeah, a nigga get exactly what the fuck everything we fucking deserve, my nigga. And that's what the fuck I meant when I said that shit. A lot of bitch ass motherfuckers was in the comments and didn't understand what I was getting at and took the shit totally for something else. This is what the fuck I was talking about.
So speaking of that trap, I want to follow through with that. And I want to play y'all another video speaking of the trap that you Negroes so say. This gonna be a long video, so I hope y'all stay with me.
Okay, so I have a little bit of a hot take in terms of like people telling me, how come you never talk about the fact that black people receive harsher sentences for the same crimes as white people? Good. If you care about black people in any way, shape, or form, you'll be happy about that. And now that I've gotten your attention, and you're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about, you coon ass Uncle Tom ass nigga? Don't you think if you have half a brain and you have the foresight to recognize that a system is so quote unquote inherently racist, you would do your absolute best to stay away from the system? Now, I already know what you're going to default into. You're going to talk about environment because I'm smarter than you and you are still stuck in this very primitive mindset. Well, let's talk about the environment and act like IQ and EQ have absolutely nothing to do with crime at all in any capacity, and that the FBI doesn't recognize impulse control or any of those things, or, you know, scientists, people who study, you know, neurological components that literally lead to why crimes happen. Let's just blame it solely on the environment. Do you think when hood niggas go on Instagram Live and they say, you pussy, suck my dick, nigga, and they ride up to each other and shoot them, you think that's because they're too broke? Really? Do you really think that people in the hood are doing shit like knocking a nigga the fuck out because they accidentally stepped on their Jordans? You think that that's because of the environment? You don't think that there's any type of accountability that that person has to have ever? If your mother was shot in the fucking head by a nigga just because, I don't know, he disrespected her or something like that, would you really be dumb enough to say, well, this white people fault is she? If so, we really don't need to have a conversation, because I already know why a lot of white people have fatigue of dealing with hood niggas, just like black people like myself and people like Andre Williams are tired of dealing with hood ass shit. Because to me, it's not a cultural thing. I know that some people just don't have a high IQ, and it is what it is. It's very unfortunate, but I'm not going to sit here and keep blaming the environment. Oh, it's culture. Yeah, the intellectual capacity of a group literally creates what that culture is. Culture just definitionally refers to how a group is living. And if your population has intelligent people, then your culture is going to reflect intelligent outcomes. Duh. If your culture, right, revolves around degeneracy, maybe it points to the fact that those people have degenerate tendencies and there's an IQ element there. So yeah, about this whole white people shoot up schools and all this other shit, and the system is so racist. Good, you've recognized that the system is so outwardly racist against you. So I think if you were smart, you would do your utmost to stay out of that situation, would you not? But no, we want to keep deflecting and resorting back to over policing. Well, maybe the police need to be there. And like I said, it's not a black thing. If these people that behave like this were fucking purple or rainbow, we would be having the same conversation. But deflect to calling me an Uncle Tom if you want.
And guess what? Two things so far that you done heard in these videos. The first one, no conflict resolution. The men act like women. We know why that is. Majority of our homes are ran by women. The woman is the leader in Black America. We the only community where our women are the leaders. That's why the woman king was black. But let's continue with the trick. And again, like he said, it ain't because of the broke. Pooh Sheisty was far from broke from what he just did. See what I'm saying? But again, let's continue. And then after this, we're going to go get into the situation at hand.
The black man is pathetic. He's weak and he's a coward. All that dope y'all sold, and y'all blame the government. All those lives that y'all ruined, and y'all blame the government. Like y'all wasn't buying the bricks. Like y'all wasn't turning it from soft to hard. Like y'all wasn't doing it. Y'all never say the government was giving y'all bricks. You never say that. You never say the government was giving y'all free dope. Never. You never say that. But you went in there and you sold dope, made all that money, you bought cars, you bought jewelry, clothes, you put babies everywhere, you ruined families, you ruined lives. And after all the carnage, after all the bloodshed, after all the death, y'all blame the government. The black man is weak. He's pathetic. He's a coward. The black man destroyed the black community with the crack. You did. Not the government. Y'all was buying the bricks. You had to buy the bricks. And you had to rock it up and you had to sell it. Y'all had kids selling dope. Y'all was giving dope to pregnant mothers. Y'all was giving dope to your mama, to your sister. Y'all destroyed generations. And at the end of all of the death and destruction and damnation, you blame the government. You blame the white man. Y'all are a bunch of cowards. A bunch of worthless, weak cowards. The black man needs to heal. Heal from what? You ain't did nothing. You ain't won no war. You ain't fought no battle. You ain't built nothing. What you need to heal from? What you need to heal from? Black man need therapy. Therapy for what? You ain't did nothing. But make excuses. That's all therapy is. A session you go to have your excuses affirmed.
And be a prescribed medication. No solution.
You're disgusting. You see, folks don't talk to you all like this, you know why? Because they don't believe it. Nobody talks to you all like this because they don't believe in you. They don't believe you're capable of doing anything other than what you're doing, which is make excuses and be weak. Nobody respects y'all. Nobody respects y'all. You think people, who respects black men? Nobody. They don't respect y'all. They don't respect y'all. Every time a black man gets in front of a microphone, on a stage, on a podcast, in an auditorium, in a stadium, every time a black man has an audience, he turns into a victim and starts blaming the white man. Pathetic.
And their leader.
No excuses. You can't even say it. No excuse. You can't even say it. You don't even hear black men even talk like that. Black men don't talk with conviction. It's all fake. It's not real. It's a facade. It ain't real. I'm going to spend the rest of Black History Month getting on black men. I'm going to spend the rest of Black History Month getting on black men. I can't even hold black women accountable because y'all are so weak and cowardly and pathetic and disgusting. I can't even address black women because y'all are so pathetic. It wasn't a black woman, it was you.
Yep.
You were the coward. You were supposed to lead and you abandoned your post. Any man with an excuse is not fit to lead. And no one talks to you all like this. They don't believe in you. Nobody believes y'all have capabilities of being real men. Nobody. Why they always gotta alter this and change that, bend the rules. Think about that. Think about when it comes to black men, they gotta make changes and do all this stuff because y'all can't do it. You can't compete. Instead of y'all being offended by that, instead of y'all being disgusted by that, you expect the rules to be changed for you. Wonder why y'all can't be quarterbacks. Y'all hate to go to class, but you want to be a quarterback. You hate to go to class, but you want to be a quarterback. You don't want to be on the honor roll. You don't want to be in the AP courses. You hate class, you don't like school, but you want to be a quarterback. Disgusting. Disgusting. You see, most black men don't excel beyond their talent. Once their talent is used up or hits this peak, they're done. That's most black men. They can't go beyond their talent. That means one, and guess what? That's God given. You didn't earn your talent. Talent's God given. Once it requires you all to dig deep and build something on your own, you can't do it. You can't do it. I'm gonna spend the rest of Black History Month getting on y'all. One more thing. Did the government make you all do all that killing? You know, all them turf wars, you know, setting up shop, shutting down spots, taking over blocks, you know. Did the government make you all do that, all that killing in the crack era? Remember how violent the crack era was? Remember how violent it was? Remember the type of guns y'all was using? Military grade weaponry, remember that? Did the government make you all do all that killing? The black man is weak. Happy Black Misery Month. The black man is
I'm not done.
pathetic.
I'm not done. So let's go into these two right quick. Let's go to this right. Matter of fact, let me play this. I think this is an important. He got some important things to say. Let's listen to this.
If you think Gucci did the right thing,
Yeah, that ain't Gucci. Let me tell you something. Say, that's Roger. Y'all looking for the old Gucci when he had the pot belly, the stir belly, and the oval bite with the little lip right there. That ain't that Gucci no more. This is the Gucci they got on medication. So this Gucci here, they do this. Yeah. See, once they put you on that medication, you can't do this. You know, for whatever reason, that medication allow you to head it go up and down like so all Gucci say, yeah, now. And Keisha lead the way. Keisha ain't a street nigga, so she gonna play street woman because they know they get civil liabilities out of this. They don't have to pay none of the contract. Now they come back and sue him for breach of the contract, using violence. So they gonna rob him for everything now, doing it this way.
Oh,
Yep.
she said she had to take all the apps off his phone and she got to delete his Instagram. So he
What?
probably don't even know what's being said about him on Instagram right
He
now.
don't. Nigga, all he can do is, yeah, man, that medicine have your head heavy. I don't get on the boat. All you can do is, yeah. Because they don't want you saying no. Everything is yeah when you're on medication. Yeah. You just smile. Yeah. And that's how Gucci do now. We ain't seen it work out, do no push-ups, curl no motherfucking weight. We ain't seen it doing no with their legs shit to make your abs look. Yeah, that's a medicated, blown up Gucci. Dressed up like a 10 dog. That ain't the real Gucci. Gucci ain't never been that handsome. Especially with that overbite. Remember that lippy head?
Yeah.
Yeah, that lippy head. That overbite. Yeah, he had that overbite. He did a nigga with the speech impediment.
Ooh.
Yeah, he had the speech impediment. Now this Gucci is articulate. Got his GED and everything.
Oh, yeah, he said it on the song Rumors. Yeah, put James in the chat. What up?
Wanted to play that because again, that's what this is about. And like she said, I did a video a couple months back on Gucci Man after he went on the Breakfast Club and him and Keisha, his wife. And I like Keisha. I love Keisha. And I like a lot of the things that she was saying about how she prayed for him. And we do need a good woman in our life to be able to pray for us. We may have when we may be in one of those weak moments. Because men have time where they need somebody to not cover them in prayer, but at least be somebody that instead of be nagging and doing too much, be somebody to be your strength. And that only comes from prayer, right? Because God is all our strength. And I did respect that part, but she also have really kind of like I don't know what's going on, but it kind of like she took control of him with this medication, and he's so doped up into it, just like he just like yeah. And like I said, you had to go check the interview out that he did on Breakfast Club. Like I said, I reacted to it with my expert opinion, and he's just not the same Gucci Man. Um, and everybody trying to hold him to a standard that he used to be. Listen, man, let's be honest about it, man. If you who you are at 47 that you was at 37 or 27 or even 37 or even 40, let's just do that. If you the same person at 47 that you are at 40, something wrong. Unless you somebody that was good at 40 and at 47 you better. But if you was a degenerate at 40 and 47, you still degenerate, you need your head checked. But especially if you was 27 or 37 and 47 now and still got the same mindset. Listen, man, Gucci Man been in and out of prison. The last time he got out of prison, he was so changed and the transformation that took place with him so much that people was actually saying he was cloned, which is asinine, but I digress on that. But this man, got serious about his marriage, got married with his wife, and they've been building their kingdom together. And like I said, I do feel like Keisha is a good woman. I do feel like that. But the woman is not to lead the man. But we live in a generation now, as I mentioned earlier, that the black woman has took control over the black community. She is we're the only community that our women are the leaders, the woman king. And I think he just didn't allow his therapist and all. Remember, this is a dude who come from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a dude who was not no dude who just come from the hood. This dude was a real live industry active, participant. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So much so that allegedly another rapper sent a dude to rob him. I want to say about 15 years ago, and he killed the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who we talking about. We talking about Gucci Man, like one of the realest gangsters. I'm a big fan of him. You know what I'm saying? He, back then especially. Like I said, I don't really listen to a lot of rap these days, unless I'm working out. But anyway, I digress on that. And so, you know, people holding him to a standard like, oh, he not supposed to. Listen. He not only is he supposed to tell on Pooh Sheisty and them. I hope them niggas get caught up. I hope them niggas, which I know they get some tight. But you mean to tell me, just for being that stupid, I want them to have to deal with consequences. Just for being that stupid, that you so caught up with this culture, I'm gonna be a gang. Then you're gonna bring these dummies with you, who they so dumb and stupid that they gonna steal items from these people. This is not the streets, bro. This is not the streets. This is a business meeting. This was and another thing I really don't like about it. If this would have been with some Jewish record executives, white executives, they wouldn't have did that. Because nobody said it's up, man. They go, but they thought they could get Gucci Man on some heat. Man, Gucci Man is a businessman now, a father, a husband. And he should cooperate for y'all after y'all did him like that. Because he already was straight. He didn't have to go find you dirty bum niggas and give you no deal. And because he did that, he took an opportunity on you, and you just so happen to be doing good. And now you want to, because you dumb, you don't got no, you got a street nigga mindset. And I learned that, bro. I learned that. I heard this gonna be said. I heard, bro, that people see things from their understanding, and that's real. That's a problem, really. You know what I'm saying? That's the slick side, because you have people who viewing, they're voting, they're having children, they're doing everything from their understanding, and their understanding is zero, and then their consequences we all have to deal with. So in his mind, man, I'm gonna do this. You thought that was gonna fly? And let's just say this. Let's just say, for example, that he would have got away. Gucci Man would have told everybody, look, we not cooperate. We're gonna get it back in blood, as one of Pooh Sheisty's songs say, right? What you thought? How you think that was gonna? You think that was just going? I'm just saying. Let's go back to the old Gucci. Okay, we're gonna, all right, that's how you got me. You called me slipping. Now everywhere you go getting shot up, because Gucci Man got money and power, way more money and power than you. You gotta come through Atlanta, that's the hub. So everywhere you go getting shot up, and I'm gonna make your life a living hell. But Gucci Man ain't on none of that no more. He changed. He got something to live for. He got a family, a wife, a business, other artists. But they don't think that way. Their understanding is step by step. Again, I tell people all the time, the woman mindset. This is why women need men, not to provide for them, not to buy them things. You know why women need men? Because women don't have that spiritual character strength, that spiritual gift or the character strength to be able to see around the corner. They only have the ability to see down the road. Men are the people who God have put on the earth to have the ability to see around the corner. Of course, most of our black men are being raised by women, and that's who's inside of them. They're heterosexual, but they have the spirit of the woman in them. And they act like the woman, overly emotional and impulsive. And in a side of a male or man body, that can be very, very dangerous. So they didn't put their minds in and say, they seen this situation from their understanding, which is very, very, very minute. We're going to rob Gucci Man and his participant. Then you got these dirty bums with you. They robbing the dude that's with Gucci Man, just all unorganized and all unorganized. Because first of all, you should, number one, Pooh Sheisty, you shouldn't have been over there. If you're going to wanted that happen, you should have said Gucci Man up and had it done that way. Number two, you should have totally look, we're not going to rob his participant. We just dealing with him. Because then y'all would have had a situation where, okay, at least y'all might could reach out to Gucci and say, hey, man, don't play the people. Let's get it in blood off. We're going to do this or whatever. But now y'all got these other people, which is not black people, which is not people that's part of street culture, the dumb, stupid street culture y'all from. These are business people who pay taxes, who came there with business being took place in mind, lawyers, bodyguards. These people don't go according to your culture. So you rob them, attack them. So guess what? If Gucci Man don't say nothing, because they say that he asked Gucci Man to come in the room, nobody was in there. That's how we know Gucci Man cooperate. Again, he should. But that's how we know, because when it allegedly Pooh Sheisty asked him to come in the room, just them two and the daddy of Pooh Sheisty, and to sign the record label, to sign a new contract, and he held him at gunpoint. So everybody else was outside. If they get this orchestrated right, organized, and they tell them, look, don't mess with the people outside, because once we get this rectified with the contract with Gucci Man, everything is good. Let them go on about their way. Whatever happened, happened. But while y'all robbing the people that are with Gucci Man, y'all made everything worse. And got yourself a free. Free. You didn't have to pay nothing for it. A free. You got yourself a free 20-piece. No biscuit. No fries. No drink. Because guess what? That's going to be the least. I'm not trying to play the race card or nothing, but it was white people or Jewish people involved in this, dummy. Ain't got nothing to do with no white man. And the white man set a trap for us. We hurt down here. The white man give us harsher sentences. Ain't none of that is an excuse. None of that is valid. You took it upon yourself to rob these people who did not have that in their mind, who came there to do business. And the lease that's going to be handed out is 10 of, man, like I say, y'all might have some good lawyers. So I'm talking like Pooh Sheisty. Big 30, he blocked the door. Kidnapping is not be taking somebody from their house and leaving with them. That's kidnapping too. But kidnapping, you can be kidnapped in a public place. Kidnapping is being held against your will. When Big 30 barricaded that door with his big old body and a gun, I'm guessing, they say, allegedly. Well, not alleged. He was kidnapped. So everybody in this case about to get 20 pieces or better. Pooh Sheisty, the next time y'all see him, he gonna be walking with a cane. They about to bam him. You was on home confinement, federal, and you wasn't supposed. Oh man, you done. You wasn't supposed to be there. You ain't supposed to have no gun and committing a new crime. Yeah, next time it ain't gonna be no more Pooh Sheisty. That's a wrap. That Pooh Sheisty career, if he got, I'm sure he got a lot of. I'm sure he got some type of, hard drive with music unreleased or whatever. For the Pooh Sheisty fan, bro, y'all need to enjoy that when they get released and just go ahead on, because y'all ain't got to worry about that no more. Y'all ain't got to worry about hearing Pooh Sheisty no more. Y'all ain't got to worry about that no more. Okay? And so, one second. Yeah, recording. Yeah, so let's get into this next one, man. Let's get into this next one.
You niggas gonna grow up.
Because a lot of people saying Gucci Man, Centel. Let's get into this one.
Say, man, when are you niggas gonna grow up? When are you niggas gonna give your partners a chance to grow up? Y'all, this nigga Gucci got robbed. The nigga had to call the police, bro. He ain't in the streets no more. Y'all, you niggas that keep a nigga that used to be in the streets. That's what y'all want a nigga to do. Y'all want a nigga to die in the streets or go to jail, man. Like that shit is a badge of honor. Like that's what a nigga's supposed to be doing. The goal is to get out the fucking streets. You niggas think dying in them is the goal now. Bro, the nigga called the police. Now niggas talking about these snitches. Man, bro, that nigga ain't in the streets no more. Them goddamn rules don't apply. Y'all won't even give nobody a chance to make a change, bro. The moment somebody start trying to make a change, y'all try to discredit them and make them look weak and all this other shit, bro. We the only people that do that. We the only people tearing each other down, bro. Nigga in the boys in the hood, that nigga Trey, when they got ready to go kill somebody, that nigga Trey say, hey man, let me out the car.
Straight up.
That nigga knew that wasn't him. He say, hey man, let me out the car. And nigga partners ain't try to hold him. They ain't talk bad about that nigga. They ain't say shit. They opened the door and let him out because that nigga partners knew that wasn't for that nigga. Y'all niggas won't even give your partners a chance, bro. Y'all want that nigga to crash and burn with y'all. Why? Because y'all don't give a fuck about him. The same way y'all don't give a fuck about y'allself. When do we get a chance to change, bro? When do we get a chance to renew our mindset and do something different, bro? It's like you niggas want a nigga to die out here, bro. All this shit is playing out so you young niggas can understand, bro. All this shit is fake. You ain't gonna win in this shit, nigga. I don't give a fuck how real you try to be. You ain't gonna win in this shit, nigga. Say, man.
Let's go to this. Then we about to get in the meat.
We need to change this culture, man. This black culture that we adopted right now, man, we need to change this shit. Because it ain't helping nobody. We fucking over people, man. You got a group of black men, the most weakest, sorriest group of black men ever. Disloyal. We fucking over each other, man. We promote killing. In our music, in the videos, we promote hoeing, prostitution, that type of shit, bro. And this is our culture. The way that we talk to each other. Niggas call each other bitches and shit. We think this shit cool, bro. We think this shit cool. Oh, this our culture. What else is our culture besides fucking over each other? You know what I'm saying? And it's being perpetuated to our kids daily. You got Gucci being robbed by Pooh Sheisty, and his daddy is there. Man, is this the motherfucking message we trying to send to our kids, bro? Is this what we trying to promote? Is this what we trying to do? And everybody say, oh man, this the culture, this how we is, just ratchet shit. The dumbest thing you can think ever, man, we just promoting and we doing this shit, bro. And this is supposed to be the culture. Now we need to reevaluate some of the shit that we doing, man. It ain't working. It ain't working. And if we continue with this shit, man, we all gonna die out. Or we gonna be back in slavery. We steady asking for reparations and all this other shit. What we gonna do with it? Who got a plan? Kids don't want to be lawyers and doctors and nothing educational no more. Everybody want to be influencers, rappers, IG models. Having a natural body ain't nothing no more, man. Everybody want to be made up. Men don't want to be men no more. They want to keep up an image to try to impress somebody else, bro. And this is the culture. This the shit we ought to be proud of. Fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, buddy. Now we about to break it down about the real. Now we about to get into it. Now we about to go on that path. Now we about to really get into this situation. We're gonna play some videos. Man, this I just can't believe that this took place, man. So let's start it out with Mr. Wayno.
Russell.
It's the open road calling your name. Some guys were born truck drivers.
Today we are talking.
Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's see here. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Talking about Pooh Sheisty and this situation with the feds, Gucci Mane. It is bad. Before we get started, though, you know what I need? I need them subs, them likes, and run up that hype. I cannot believe that we are seeing what we're seeing currently. We've been down this road before. Freecash.com. Freecash.com has over 250,000 reviews. It's at 4.7 stars. I've been putting y'all on for a minute now. It's time for you to sign up. What are you doing? All you got to do is scan the QR code that you see on the screen and you good. You can start making money from referring people. Make sure that y'all use my QR code that y'all see on the screen. Sign up for freecash.com right now. Tell them Wayno sent you. Pooh Sheisty was locked up for 4.5, maybe 5 years. Some people talk about prison not being able to rehabilitate you at all, and it makes you a worse criminal. Pooh Sheisty came home in November, went around, bought up a bunch of jewelry, did the rapper shit, showed a bunch of money spreads, recently put up some weird ass posts saying he got more the only rapper that might got more bodies than him is Boosie. out of his mind.
I want to stop right there because I'm glad he said that. As a matter of fact, I addressed a dude that would have said that yesterday on Instagram, and they always try to move the goalpost like somebody's stupid. That's the funny thing about it. They try to move the goalpost like somebody's stupid, like the people who the Fed stupid, like the people who feed the Fed information stupid. When you said that you were talking about black people you have had or have probably murdered yourself, right? And so Boosie comes out trying to save him and say, oh, he talking about all them females because he been at my pool party. He talking about all them females. Ain't nobody was talking about no female. This is a black man who was openly a rapper, who openly in front of all of us said that only person got more body than him and Boosie. And this other rapper named Goldmouth said the same thing on Instagram yesterday. And I told him, I say, it's funny how you niggas will get on here and talk about how many bodies y'all got, which is no, it's not right to kill nobody. But especially the fact that you talk bragging and talking about killing your own, but when the white man do it, you on social media whining, crying, talking about BLM. You niggas are pathetic. And of course, he tried the same thing. I'm talking about women, when he was literally talking about somebody who was a known killer and comparing their story. But I'm just saying, I'm just showing you how dumb and just man, listen, man, this culture. Like I tell you, you can't fix this culture. It's too far gone. When you get to a point where you bragging about killing somebody who look like you, but in that same mouth, you'll whine, cry, and call a white man racist for killing you, and not killing you for just doing it, but he killing you to protect himself because you niggas ain't got no brain. You see what I'm saying? Man, you gotta be stopped, dog. But again, I want to continue, but I just had to stop right there. But let's continue.
But today, the situation we talking about is even worse. So look, y'all remember about a month or two ago, it was rumored that Pooh Sheisty and a couple of his homies have robbed Gucci Man.
Gucci goes in the studio. This is all on camera. I thought I got rid of this shit. I apparently didn't. So there's that. I tried. Fucking tried, bro. I tried. Did my damnedest. All you bloggers, y'all bloggers. Y'all not, I'm really in the streets, bro. The video is going to reveal this nigga Big 30. Mind you, the fans already have all this shit. They had it for over a month now. Pooh Sheisty over here antagonizing shit. I'll tell you about that later. So, Gucci walked in the damn studio, bro, with his people. To Dracos. The footage is going to show Pooh Sheisty had one on him. The 30 had one on him. Only person who really going to escape from this is the Pops. The Pops did not want none of this to go on. A nigga like this, bro. Gucci looked at the dad like,
Bull, that's bull. He knew what was going on. He the one who made sure he had the paperwork to get to Gucci Man. I mean, to get to his son to sign it. And when it was signed, the daddy looked over and was like, man, it's not dated. Make sure he dated. Come on, sit in there. Get all your facts together. You be having it right sitting there, but let's keep it real.
the Pops just head down.
We've been using VI to help onboard customers even faster because it builds trust.
When allergies interrupt game day, the power of Claritin comes to the rescue.
Head down.
Shouts out to Seti Nash. Now, we seen a report recently of Pooh Sheisty's dad crib getting ran in by the feds. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. For me, myself, living in the burbs, I'd be damned. For all the money I pay in property tax, all of the money I spend to live where I live, if I got to wake up to hearing some Call of Duty shit.
News leader is following now. We're learning more about an FBI search party at home associated with Memphis rapper Pooh Sheisty.
Now take a look. This was the scene earlier this morning outside of the Cordova home belonging to Lontrell Williams, otherwise known as Pooh Sheisty's birth name. Now, the house deed didn't specify whether the homeowner is Pooh Sheisty or his father, Lontrell Williams Sr. But the FBI confirms they were at that home to execute a court-ordered search and arrest warrant. Our Jarita Patterson has been at the scene of that search all morning long. Jarita, what have you learned?
We've learned quite a bit. It just so happens this is a community where a family I'm very close to lives. So they were able to sort of walk us through what happened. They are telling us it was well before, several hours before sunup when they first heard a boom. It was then followed by shouting of from the agents who were saying that they were certainly executing a search warrant. I can tell you, after that boom, there was a back door that was breached. Folks, as mentioned, the home just behind me, according to property records, is listed to Lontrell Williams. Neighbors are telling us this is Williams Sr., the father, of course, of Lontrell Williams Jr., who is better known as Pooh Sheisty. Folks, let's go ahead and show you some of that video for not already. This is how we looked earlier this morning as those federal agents were focused on several cars inside the garage. That, of course, is the extent from our vantage point that we were able to see. This home located along Beaver Valley Lane, just off of South Forest Hill, Irene, here in Cordova. This is a community sort of tucked away. Neighbors describe this area as being peaceful. That is until this morning. Take a listen to what a neighbor had to tell us.
No, they were here, before sunup.
Yeah.
No lights, no sirens, no nothing. Loud explosions. That's what woke me up. They had loudspeakers on saying, we have a warrant for your arrest and out with your hands up and all this.
Of course, we have reached out to try to get a copy of that search warrant in order to find out exactly who police, or I should say federal agents, were after. Once we get that information, we'll certainly pass it along on air and online. It is worth mentioning there was a vehicle that pulled into the driveway while those agents were here. A young woman got out. Neighbors told me that that woman actually lives here. We tried speaking with that woman, but she did not, of course, want to speak with us. We're still working to gather more information. Of course, we'll pass it along as it becomes available. Reporting for your news leader in Cordova, Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
We gonna go through each clip. This shit is crazy. Now, before we even get to that, let's just talk about music for a second. Pooh Sheisty came home in November. In January, he had a top 40 record. Number 12 on the Billboard charts for an FBO. Him talking about his life first day out coming out of prison. He wants to get out of his 1017 situation. And by him wanting to get out this 1017 situation, he kidnapped, basically, that's what the feds are saying. He kidnapped Gucci Mane and a couple of others. Now, the feds have done a press conference. I'm not going to lie, yo. These niggas think they living in some movie. This got to be the dumbest shit you could possibly ever do in your life, in your career. This is self-sabotage on another level. And I think when this is all said and done, they going to give this nigga at least 20-something years. They going to put a RICO into this. They going to make this into a big deal, bigger than it ever was. And you got to ask yourself, was it worth it?
I'm Ryan Rabel, U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Sheisty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting.
Lontrell Sr., Pooh Sheisty's dad, would you like to know his name or the name that he goes by? Marble. You couldn't make a better recipe for disaster with these niggas. These niggas is out of
Gotta
the
laugh,
think
man.
that they living in some sort of theatrical.
I was about to say that.
Oh,
It's not a
gonna be
movie, it's
film.
real
It's
life.
gonna be a movie, and y'all niggas is gonna lose. That's how it's gonna go. You mean to tell me, as a recognizable face, who was a Pooh Sheisty, a recognizable face as a big 30, that y'all thought that this was gonna go right? Now, man, she said this shit is all on camera. It don't even matter if somebody told or not. This shit is all on camera. And when I tell y'all, the more you listen, the worse it gets. Listen up.
Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these three men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of
Yo, are you fucking kidding me? So Pooh Sheisty calls for a meeting. That means that they have transcripts of information that you're communicating that you want Gucci Mane to be there. Then when he gets there, you have 9 other people pull up that come from Memphis. You have another artist in Big 30 he's from Memphis too. Y'all niggas traveled there. They barricade him in a room, pull out a semi-automatic rifle or an automatic rifle, and all the rest of them, y'all niggas about to get attempted murder because once somebody was choked until they was almost unconscious. That's attempted murder. Then you got assault, firearms, possession of a firearm for a felon in the commission of a crime, kidnapping. This shit, yo, so you mean to tell me you the rapper, you got the other rapper who's your cousin, your man, whoever, Big 30, and 7 other niggas, your dad, and 6 other people, and nobody came up with no type of rational decision as to how this was possibly going to go? Y'all thought it was going to be kept in the streets? Y'all thought you are on supervised release, my nigga. You're not even supposed to be there unless it's authorized. And here you are, hours away from where you're supposed to be, committing these crimes. This nigga is crazy. He's crazy. Listen more as it gets even worse.
Conspiracy. Lontrell Williams Jr. was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida. Towards the end of his prison sentence, he had been granted home detention. Part of the terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint. And as described further in the complaint, within hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims. The charging document outlines some of the evidence, just some, establishing the defendants' roles in the federal offense.
Your dad helped orchestrate this shit, and your homies, right after they hit the lick, they didn't put the stuff away. They didn't have any plans for it. These niggas went to the gram with it. They went to social media to brag about a crime they just committed. Yo, let me tell you something. If you are young and you live this type of lifestyle, or your friends do, I'm here to tell all of y'all niggas is bozos. Y'all are setting yourselves up for failure. Pooh Sheisty was in a position
to blame the white man.
generational wealth for not only him, But his family, whatever problems he had with Gucci Mane, could have gotten solved in another way. But y'all niggas thought that y'all was gonna pull some elaborate Ocean's 11 plan or some strong arm robbery as to get a nigga out of a contract. Are you crazy? Of course he signed the contract. Who's not going to sign a contract when you got 9 guns pointed at you and you can't leave out of room? But y'all did all of this in another state. And like I said, it gets worse.
Data placing Williams Jr. at the offense location, which would put him in violation of his home detention conditions. Cell phone records and license plate reader data corroborating the coordinated travel of multiple defendants from Memphis, Tennessee to Dallas. Rental car records confirming Williams Sr. rented a vehicle that was used by the group. Surveillance footage from the offense location, a nearby office supply store, and a hotel where several of the defendants stayed following the offense. Fingerprint evidence as well that was recovered from the crime scene, matching at least 2 of the defendants. Social media posts by defendants displaying what appears to be stolen property just in the days following the offense. Greyhound bus records confirming the travel of multiple defendants from Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense.
Taxes was so taxing.
No taxes.
Dallas to Memphis the day after the offense.
Amateur night at its finest. Amateur night at its finest. You had niggas come there to catch wreck, get on a bus, and get on a bus. They can't even lie and say why they were there. There's cell phone records, license plate readers. This shit was a layup on a fast break by LeBron James. How many times have you seen him miss that?
Never.
If I was working in law enforcement right now, I'd be like, man, give me all the street niggas and the rappers. They the dumbest ones. Give me all of them. Y'all niggas cannot keep nothing to yourselves. Y'all have this innate feeling where when y'all do something that you know damn well you shouldn't do, you gotta tell somebody, or you gotta do it with multiple people. Now the fact of the matter,
Or they gotta go on social media. Remember, I tell y'all all the time that every community have 2 trees of importance, and all those communities have the same 2 trees: capitalism tree, educational tree. That's their 2 trees with many branches. Black community have 2 trees: social media and social justice with many branches. Let's continue.
is this. Regardless of the point where these niggas get a day in court and all of that, come on, yo. The feds don't miss. Not only that, you was on federal supervision and you was away from where you were supposed to be. That already puts you in violation of your parole. You got all these people with you. You got all these co-defendants. Big 30, he's an artist as well. So y'all thought that y'all was going to pull up on Gucci Mane, pull a bunch of hammers on him, get out of contract, and just live regular lives after that? And not nobody on your team, nobody around you said that this is not a good idea, including your dad? Your dad didn't step in and say, nah?
And that analogy I used earlier, where women can't see around a corner, they only can see straight ahead. And because the Black woman is the leader of the Black community, most of our young men have that same mindset. They only can see down the street and not around the corner. What that analogy means for the people who don't understand it is, it's only about now. We're not going to think about what we're doing now could potentially affect us next year, next week, next 5 minutes. We don't care about that. Impulsive, overly emotional makes you only think about now. It only helps me now. I was listening to something the other day. I don't know where I was listening to it at. It was a dude was saying about why women are the biggest spenders. And I know this for a fact from dealing with women on my own, and having women in my family. Women are buying stuff because it's cute. Women are buying stuff because it's on sale, not needing it, no plan of having use of it, but it's on sale, it's cute, right? And they'll do this over and over and over and over and over and over again. And what they're not understanding is this adds up. This is why the average female in America, no matter how much money they make, they're broke. You meet women now, they're nurses, they're lawyers, they in all fields that they making, if they put it like this, they making $10,000 a month, they spend 11. They will spend it all. That's just how they are. They're very bad with money. And that's another reason why they need men to teach them discipline. But I'm saying that to say they do things without thinking about the road. They do things without thinking about, they do things with the mindset of focusing just straight ahead, tunnel vision, without saying what happens around the corner. They don't think about what happens around the corner. They only live for now. So for them, they wasn't thinking about, oh, they didn't think. It's funny, man. It's funny. So they got old saying, you can't think they way out of wet paper bag. They didn't think about what happens after. That wasn't even in the plan. Again, this is men who raised by women. And when you speak about his daddy was there with him, clearly his daddy's a child. Clearly his daddy is no, because again, a lot of situations where you have young men who come from two-parent households, but the woman was the head of the household. The man was a weakling. He was probably like this dude. You could tell he's a dummy to not try to. I mean, just think about this. Your son is a multi-millionaire popular rapper, and you not gonna try to talk him out of it, but you're gonna not only not try to talk him out of it, you're gonna be with him when it happens. Like that says everything about him and his fatherhood, and how these people shouldn't even have children. But again, that's not my call, that's God's call. And so your dad was with you and he tell you, hey man, or okay, I can't stop you from doing it, but I'm not gonna be a part of it. He's standing right there with him and helped him out, was an accomplice. But again, that's why they don't think about, they don't ever think about what happens after. This is why they in the streets right now doing the thing that they do, even selling drugs. Everybody know that if you sell drugs, you going to jail. And it's so funny to me that when these dudes who sell drugs, they go to jail. Oh, somebody ratted on me. So listen, whether somebody ratted on you or not, this is the small print that you don't read when you sign a contract to get in the street. The small print says you can be killed, robbed, ratted on. Yeah, the big print and the pictures, we know you niggas love pictures. Y'all don't like to read. The pictures of big booties, Mercedes, big old chains, big stacks of money. That's what the pictures show you. So you don't read the small print. Beware being incarcerated. Beware being robbed or killed. Beware you can be ratted on. They don't read the small print. And then some of them do read the small print, but they so taken aback and so hypnotized by the pictures of the booty, the money, and all that, they overlook the small reading that says what I just said. And when these things happen, it's like, oh my God, nigga, take your lick. Take your lick. If I tell people all the time, you got big time drug dealers like El Chapo and the Escobars and all of these people, the Miami cocaine cowboys, all these people who wasn't even touching drugs and they got caught. What makes you think you and your little few brick having behind, or if you got a whole city on lock or a couple cities, you big meat, think you're not gonna get caught? You going to jail. Anytime you sell a drug, what you're saying is, I don't mind going to jail. I don't mind getting ratted on. I don't mind getting robbed or killed. As long as I get to have, for a few times, the women, the car, the clothes, and all of the pictures that you see. That's what you're saying. And that said that you have very low IQ. That says you have no skill, that you should be over anybody for this, like in a father figure or a big brother position, because you have zero wisdom. And then you go to jail and you cry. No. Take your lick. Think everything through. And if you cool with the consequences, then I ain't got a problem with you doing what you do. I got a problem personally, but I'm saying, if you somebody who go to jail and do all of these things, or you get killed, or you get your little brother kidnapped and they cut his fingers off, whatever, because you trapping, and you cool with all that, listen, do what you got to do, my brother. But for you nigga, which is most of y'all, 99.9 of y'all, who gonna go to jail and cry about somebody ratting on y'all, man, he had to rob me and all this. Listen, when you in the street, You trapping, you destroying other people's families. Well, they gonna get it from somewhere. Might well get it from me. All right. Well, guess what? That curse might as well come on you too. Then, since you got that mindset of they gonna get it from somewhere, might as well get it from me. All right, good, cool. You gonna get the curse and everything that come with people that destroy other people's family, directly or indirectly, from providing the product. So again, Wayno, they didn't think about it was just going. They did that. Yes, we're gonna figure that out when we get there. This is the kind of deal these dudes think. They mind formulate plots as they go. They don't know nothing about playing, plot, and strategize. But let's continue.
So that's the problem that we have in society right now today. We don't want to check people. We don't want to let niggas know when they doing bad. We don't want to let people know that, yo, you only got one time to mess up, and then you got a second shot. You got a second chance, and you just blew the shit in front of the world.
In front of the world.
This shit is bad, man.
Oh.
And people can say, oh, whatever you want to say about Gucci, y'all niggas would have signed that paperwork too, quick, fast, and in a hurry. You mean to tell me that you the breadwinner, you the person that could put everybody else in position, and all these niggas let you crash because of your ego? Let's say he owed Gucci 3 or 4 albums. Oh, because Gucci wanted them chains back from Big Star, that niggas had to stand on business, or from the family, or he didn't pay for a funeral, y'all had to stand on business. Y'all had to take it that far. Pooh Sheisty is only about 20-something years old. By the time the feds is done with him, he ain't gonna be coming back home till he about 60.
He gonna be walking with a cane.
If they make it that far. Big 30, he's another artist that had, them niggas had some shit going, something special, and nobody spoke no sense. Even all of the homies that pulled up, all of the gangsters. Now y'all get the chance to be and live out a gangster's dream. Because as a gangster, yeah, nigga, you supposed to go to jail.
And I'm glad you said I want to stop this right quick just to say this. What you don't understand is everything you do is a hall of fame. Sports, whatever job you got, is always a hall of fame. There's an end game to what you're doing. And if you selling drugs or in the street or any type of street activity, it's a hall of fame for you too. And you know what that hall of fame is? Prison or grave. Some of you niggas, by the grace of God, because maybe God, just so happen to love y'all a little bit more than somebody else, he have mercy on who he will. He might let you make it out, and you might be a QCP, or in this situation, a Gucci man, or Master P, somebody who was at one time selling drugs and eventually had a plan to get out. And you made it out, and everything worked together for you. But that's not most people's story, dog. That's not most people's story, dog. Most people's stories in the feds talking about all the stuff they did and had, running L's, or getting killed and having to have a pork chop dinner for a burial, because most of them don't have no life insurance. All this money and all these cars and all this stuff, but they don't have no life insurance because, again, they don't think for the future. They only think for today. And I'm alive today, I'm going to be alive tomorrow.
As a gangster, yeah, nigga, you want the Hall of Fame? Go hit that mess hall, nigga. Go spin the yard. That's what you got to look forward to, man. And y'all let y'all man crash out like this. This is horrible, yo. This is horrible. I don't care what business differences y'all had. You better off home. You still could have been making money and working your way out of that situation eventually. I don't care if it took a year. I don't care if it took 2 years, 3 years, 5 years in comparison to what you about to get. Because trust and believe, niggas is taking 3. Oh, yeah, this is all on camera. This is not some situation. Everybody stay quiet and we all gonna make it out alive. No. But I seen it. When I seen the one dude talking about Pooh Sheisty, he said, yeah, man, I heard that nigga had to stand up to eat and all of that. And what he did, came straight to the internet to defend himself. I said, oh, man, it's not gonna go the way he think it is. And I did a do's and don'ts episode. A do's and don'ts episode of Pooh Sheisty when he first came home. And that's just my suggestion. But now, it's over.
It's
This is
over.
how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I'll catch you on the next one. But on this episode, y'all write in the comment section how y'all feel about all this dumb street shit. Peace.
Dreaming of the perfect family trip?
Who are you?
Honey, Priceline's AI travel assistant.
How about eco? Who's the president or the CEO of the street? Who writes the rule book? Who gets to say what can be done versus what can't? This shit is crazy. But before we get started, I need to tell y'all something. I need them subs and likes and run up that hype to help me build out this channel. We need that 100K plaque. Put it right over there on the wall so we can celebrate these accomplishments. I bet. So listen, we done seen everything that done happened with Gucci Mane and Pooh Sheisty. And oh my God, the internet done got a hold of this shit and everybody's passing judgment on the victim. Oh man, they holding Gucci Mane to who he used to be, and why not in some instances?
So like, you can research this on Gucci or whatever, but like, I ain't never seen something like that. But a lot of people come to me with that in my whole life since I was a little boy. You know what I'm saying? I forget a lot of those stuff. I ain't saying I have never seen somebody I never want to stay with no woman, and I never will. So I feel I'm a true G. I've never seen something. Where we from, we'll do that. Well, this used to love always say, well, me and I thought we my people won't do that. We'll snitch on nigga. We stand down for ourselves. Like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. I done went before. I always snitch on nigga. Same nobody like, not even my own. I die.
A lot of niggas want to hold Gucci Mane to that moment right there and other moments when he rapped about not snitching and all of these different things. But Gucci Mane also made a book called Episodes where he said back in them times, he was out of his mind. He was on drugs. He was not thinking clearly and none of that. Now, look, I'm not disputing the fact that if you stand on all of that street shit, then people expect you to be like that. For how long? Is it forever? Once a street nigga, always a street nigga?
That's how they
Is it
feel.
going to be there for the foreseeable future? Or do you have some instances or moments that are particular and you say, oh, nah, I can see how that happened. Now, I'm here to tell y'all straight up and down. I ain't no street nigga. I look better at Costco. I ain't no street nigga. I ain't the big homie of the gang. I'm the big homie at Home Depot.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? I don't put in work on the block. I put in work at Lowe's.
On top.
I be at Trader Joe's. That's where you can catch me in these streets. If you want to see me in these streets, if you want to have a competition over at Trader Joe's, a Target, a Lowe's, a Home Depot, or any of these other places I mentioned, meet me there. Don't catch me on the block because you ain't going to see me on the block. You want to know why? Because the block ain't never did shit for me but give me pain and heartache and anguish and make me feel down and less of myself and made me feel like I had to prove myself in order to be a part of the conversation. That's enough about me. Let's get back to this shit. We've been down this road before. Freecash.com. Freecash.com has over 250,000 reviews. It's at 4.7 stars. I've been putting y'all on for a minute now. It's time for you to sign up. What are you doing? All you got to do is scan the QR code that you see on the screen and you good. You can start making money from referring people. Make sure that y'all use my QR code that y'all see on the screen. Sign up for freecash.com right now. Tell them Wayno sent you. Now, I also want to add that all of this rap shit, it be business and a lot of it be fake. Because a couple of years ago, this was Pooh Sheisty and Gucci Mane.
That shit gonna keep dropping down. Come on, bro. You gotta get in with me, man. So look at your rim. Look at your. Give me my other phone. Give my other phone, man. Hey, what's going here, bro? Give me one, man. Oh!
Now, I see people empathizing with Pooh Sheisty like, oh, man, he come from a rough environment. Oh, man, he might have not known no better. Nigga, we all come from rough environments. That ain't no excuse. His hit record is called Back in Blood. Do you think he would do anything differently?
My bro. And they
Put that
gonna
in
use all
perspective
in
for a
court.
second. My grandma told me cut the grass. She don't know that I'm the biggest snake. Put that into perspective for a moment and then assess and ask, what are we talking about? Now, yeah, you could look at Gucci Mane as who he once was, right? Or he was this nigga.
And it's funny he said that in his song, you know, my grandma told me to cut the grass, but I'm the biggest snake, and his name Pooh Sheisty and all this stuff. But you know, this situation that happened with him and Gucci Man, you know how much that, you know how it's gonna hurt so many other young black up and coming artists that might not ever get a chance now. You know how this goes. See, that's another thing I tell these dudes all the time. These dudes, when I be speaking, they call us cool for trying to course correct in our community. But guess what? What one black person do, we all have to suffer for. And as I always say, black people don't own nothing. Like talking about, they don't own no corporations around the world that hire millions of people. They may have a black mom and pop store here and there, but y'all don't own nothing. And the people who do run the country, one, they judge you off other people that look like you. So that's why I tell people, yeah, as black people, like I say, I don't call myself a black conservative, but the people of us who living for God and doing things the right way, we have to come out and course correct and give solutions for our people to course correct and change. Instead of blaming other races of people, coping mechanism, talking about how great we is and just being prideful, it's time for us to course correct. Because as I read to y'all earlier, Proverbs 29:1 says a person or any group of people who refuse criticism will destroy themselves beyond recovery. And we are on the brink of being destroyed beyond recovery. We already don't own anything. We got capital, but we don't own nothing. Let's continue.
He lived by these codes and he lived by this and the code, and the streets, and the rules and rules and rules. And when does it become exhausting? Gucci Mane had transitioned and grew out of who he once was and started acting differently, started saying that he was no longer on drugs. You know what I mean? Stopped doing a lot of the things that he was doing, the bad habits that kept him in a certain space. And people were saluting that. I feel like people backed off of his music, and that's the craziest thing about this hip hop shit, is that when a person is trying to better themselves and they're doing righteous things or what could be deemed as righteous, people want to put them down. But at the point when a nigga's just ignorant all day, they standing on business. And what business did this nigga Pooh Sheisty actually stand on?
Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these three men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of...
Now let's talk about what actually happened that day. Keep in mind, the niggas that he bought, nobody once, and I said this yesterday, I said today, nobody once said, yo, this might be a bad idea, including his pops. Now, what happened was they went there, they were supposed to record and talk some business. Pooh pulls them to the other room. These niggas done wrote their own contract. They done wrote their own contract and brought it to the studio. They get into an argument. Pooh asks for the bag. The bag comes, he ups the hammer on it. Now, once he does that, now it's on. Now y'all at the point of no return. Gucci had people who was with him that was professional. On top of all of that, Gucci Mane's security guard was a former police officer, which now everybody got a problem with. I'm just like, yo, none of this don't make no sense. They couldn't have asked for a worse scenario, but here them niggas is. A couple of white dudes. Y'all done rough these niggas up, choke them and all of that. And then they had air tags on their stuff that y'all took. So as y'all left with this great plan that y'all conjured up, y'all niggas did not want to check any of this stuff for ear tags. So now they're tracking everything you're doing. They're tracking everything you're doing, right? And in the same instance, we get to the part in the paperwork where it says MB, BP, and RD. RD, we presume, is Roger Davis, which is Gucci Mane's name, right? All identified right, a well-known hip-hop artist, also known as Big 30, as present during the offense. MM and RD identified his Instagram account as CEO Big 30, which is verified by Instagram. These niggas got very good. Now listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. If niggas want to die on the hill of what somebody's supposed to do and not supposed to do, think of it from this perspective. Most of the people that are speaking on these matters, these situations, have never been in near death, scenarios. And even if you have, that's not to take nothing away from your experience. I'm just saying, let's just think rationally for a second. Gucci Mane, who y'all thought should just die in a blaze of glory. So when niggas pulled out guns and put it to his head and told him to take off his wedding ring and his watches and his homie shit and took their money and made him sign a contract, which he signed under duress, which would never hold up. And he speaks about that, I guess, in the paperwork saying like, yo, yeah, this is not how this is going to go. This is going to have to go to the courts and all of that. They didn't care. I think the funniest shit about this said scenario is this. Big 30 is 5'9" and 265 pounds. I'm going to say it again. 5'9", 265 pounds. That nigga's 5'9" and weighs more than LeBron James. Did we really need Gucci Mane to identify a nigga that's 5'9", 265? That just goes to show you that nobody is thinking in this scenario. I mean, he got identified, but do you need somebody to identify CEO Big 30? You're a rapper. You have tons of music that's out. Tons of things that's out. What did y'all think Gucci Mane was supposed to do? Y'all thought that he was supposed to say, nah, y'all niggas ain't gonna do me like this. He's supposed to have his moment like Training Day, like Denzel in the end of Training Day. And say, nah,
that's what they want.
I'm not going out like that. And then go out in a blaze of glory and everybody pop his top.
It's not the movie, bro.
On his tombstone. Yo, bro, at least Gucci Mane fought for them chains and watches. He was a real nigga. That's why I said, yo, we gotta contact the CEO, the street niggas, so we can get a breakdown or the bylaws.
No, we're gonna slap him in his mouth, whoever he is.
Because they hold him to who he was 20-something years ago. And yeah,
but of course,
skip over the fact that this nigga was standing on.
But of course, they don't have no CEO, no street nigga, because they unorganized. There's no hierarchy in that. It's just a bunch of unorganized, overly emotional, impulsive Negroes who was raised without their father, or their father was a weak man, or he was a male, should I say, not a man, like Pooh Sheisty's father.
So he would rather die than tell and all of that. And that's how he felt at that time. But this is a very particular scenario. I don't think we've ever seen nothing like this before. You hear stories, you see movies and all that, but this is not no game. This is a serious situation. And at the heart of that, we done seen these videos where, it seemed as if they was close at one point in time and now they're not no more. Gucci Mane was giving him money, paying him, putting him in position, they was wearing each other's chains, trading cars, all types of shit. And now we're in a position where, what do you expect? Y'all expect Gucci Mane to be like, nah, nothing happened. Nobody did nothing to me. I ain't, bro. If he denounced all of that street shit, I just don't understand why sometimes the streets don't understand it. Because in the streets, niggas is talking about every day, yo, man, I wish I didn't have to do none of this. I wouldn't be doing none of this. Because the risk ain't worth the reward. And we see that here. Pooh Sheisty is potentially looking at life in prison. Do you feel sorry for him? I know I don't. I don't feel sorry for rich niggas that make bad decisions. And I'm not speaking from a place of a person that's never made a bad decision. I made plenty of bad decisions in my life. But it comes to a point where you have to make a strong pivot, a strong turn. And you have to understand that the person that you grew up as, all the shit that you was taught, whether you learned it from the streets, you learned it from your dad or your big homies, you got to understand that a lot of these niggas was bozos with no education, no thought pattern, and no goals and no system and nothing to move forward in life. Pooh Sheisty called that meeting. Gucci Mane got himself up that day, him and his people, caught flights, got themselves together, went to the studio to meet. Get there, they're supposed to record, they don't record. Ask him to come to his, you know what I mean, to pull up, let him holler at him. You know what I'm saying? And then they end up in this. And I just don't understand what Gucci could have done differently in this instance. Now, yeah, we ain't gonna sit here in front. On paper, it looks crazy, right? It looks crazy, but you gotta ask yourself, like, how is he supposed to handle this, right? Or how would this be handled? All these different people involved. This shit is wild. That's not. It's wild. It's really crazy. Do y'all remember when Gucci Mane said that he was getting rid of everybody but Pooh Sheisty and Fujiano?
Birthdays are better at Urban Air.
The best value in tools just arrived near you. There's a new Harbor Freight store, packed full of the tools you need at prices you deserve.
Gucci Mane said that he was getting rid of everybody but Pooh Sheisty and Fujiano.
Listen, I wanted to make this announcement on 10/17 yesterday, but I just seen like my statement, my P&L with all my artists. You know, it's almost like a whole bunch of shakeup, and it's a whole show in the industry right now. But when I'm looking at my P&L and me being a businessman, I think that I'm gonna have to release almost all my artists except for Pooh Sheisty and Fujiano. This is a decision I didn't want to make. I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? I can keep all of them under the contract, but I said, hey, let's just make them, the unselfish decision, and let them take their talents elsewhere. So today, you know what I'm saying, I already reached out to all of my artists, you know what I'm saying, to their lawyers and whatever, and let them know that they're free to take their talents elsewhere. And I'm still looking for new talent to pair up with, you know what I'm saying, Pooh and Pooh, and that's where I'm gonna put my focus. And I just wish them the best. And I just want to let everybody know that, because hey, that's where we at.
Who knew that decision? Who knew that when Gucci Mane said, yo, I'm going to keep Fujiano and Pooh, which Fujiano is still locked up right now. You know what I mean? The more promising talents, the ones that was actually making money, that it was going to go like this. Now I'm going to keep it 100, man. You're going to have your stance whomever you is. If you're in the streets and you want to die in the streets and that's your mentality and that's what you want to keep and you don't want to evolve, you don't want to grow out of that. Everything I said just now was some dumb shit. How could I? I'm sympathizing with rats and this and that and the third. But then I asked the other people, the ones who think rationally, how would you feel if you went through a traumatic scenario like that? You had a gun pointed to your face and your head. You know what I'm saying? From a person that you believed in, a person that you might have invested money in and time. Let's not just forget the money. Let's not just talk about the money. Time. A person that you took time to help build because you might see some of yourself in them. Gucci Mane and a lot of people in the music industry got what they call broken wing syndrome, feeling the need to feel like you can fix things that can't be fixed. Evidently, this nigga Pooh Sheisty is somebody who couldn't be helped. He could not be helped because at that point, he could have done anything but what he did. Now, of course, there's people saying, oh, but what if he could beat it? Brother, listen, they got camera, y'all know niggas is dumb. First thing they did was running the internet with the jewelry. Come on, bro. I seen one of them. They call it the Dark Knight Rolex. You know what I'm saying? They call it the Dark Knight. You got a nigga that ain't never had his first Rolex is the Dark Knight joint? Nah, man. Come on. Y'all are not beating the allegations, and it don't look like y'all gonna beat these charges. This is not only gonna be an example for many, but it's also gonna be an example for other niggas that feel like, well, they got caught. That ain't gonna be me. This is how I do it myself, though. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we do them. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Russell. It's the open road call.
I like to make these videos I like to do my lives and try to like hold them to, you know what I'm saying, like 130, you feel me? I didn't went way over. I'm at 145. I said a lot, but I didn't say it's close to all. So what I'm gonna do is tomorrow I'm gonna postpone my Black People This Is Why BodyCam series, and I'm gonna do something that I, haven't done, but y'all deserve it because I didn't give y'all no live last week. I'm gonna give y'all live tomorrow, back-to-back live to finish this off that I didn't know, but it's gonna be a 3-part series, Black People, I Have a Question. And again, that question is, when are we going to have a conversation to realize that this culture that we, I guess, supposedly so proud of, also what goes into that culture is the whining and complaining and blaming everybody else for our issues. When are we going to just go ahead on and just not try to fix it, completely discard it, destroy, and rebuild? I thank y'all for coming out, man, checking your boy out today. And I see y'all tomorrow around 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or maybe earlier. But thank y'all for listening, man. God bless.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. You popping bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters.